Do you know what gut health is? Well, I'm going to tell you all about gut health. So gut health refers to the balance of microorganisms that live in the digestive tract. Looking after the health of the gut and maintaining the right balance of these microorganisms is vital for physical and mental health, immunity, and more. Let's check it out. So I've been interested in this for a long time. I, a while ago now, read this book by Julia Enders, who is from Germany, and she is a scientist. So this book was brilliant, and it's very, very complicated. So what it does say is that scientists are still finding out a lot about gut health and how it all works. So I'm going to go briefly through, in layman's terms, because I'm not a scientist, about what it's all about. Good health begins in the gut. The gut and the microorganisms within are responsible for extracting all the nutrients we need from our food. What's more, the gut houses 70%, yes, 70% of our immune system. The gut is where the bacteria and the immune system meet. Basically, the immune system is a complex network of cells and proteins that defends the body against infection. Abnormalities of the immune system can lead to allergic diseases, immunodeficiencies, and autoimmune disorders. Some infections, like the flu and the common cold, must be fought many times because so many different viruses or strains of the same type of virus can cause these illnesses. Catching a cold or flu from one of the viruses does not give you immunity against the others. Been a lot of that going on in the last few years. So what is the gut? Well, essentially it's part of the gastrointestinal tract, which runs from where the food enters the body, i.e. the mouth, to where it exits the body. And we all know where that is. The gut is the intestine bowel, of which we have two parts. The small intestine, which is the small bowel, and the large intestine, and the large bowel. But first, let's talk about the esophagus, which is the tube that runs from the mouth all the way down to the stomach. So it's a hollow muscular tube that carries food and liquid from your throat to the stomach. Muscles in your esophagus propel food down to your stomach. One of the most common symptoms of esophagus problems is heartburn, burning sensation in the middle of your chest. How many of you had heartburn? Comment below. I must admit, I don't suffer from it. I can't remember the last time I suffered from it anyway. So that's briefly what the esophagus is. So I'm going to briefly go through the small intestine first and the large intestine. The small intestine is where most of the end absorption of nutrients and minerals from food takes place. It consists of three structural parts: the duodenum, who knows, which receives gastric chyme from the stomach together with digestive juices from the pancreas and the liver, right, bile from the liver. And then you got the jejunum, products of digestion, sugars, amino acids and fatty acids are absorbed into the bloodstream here, and the ileum, which mainly absorbs vitamin B12 and bile acids. So I'm now going to talk a little bit about B12. B12 is a water-soluble vitamin involved in the metabolism of every cell of the human body. Most omnivorous people in developed countries obtain enough vitamin B12 through the food we eat, and that is animal products such as milk, meat, eggs and fish. Grain-based foods are also often fortified with them, like cereals and that kind of thing. Vegans are advised to consume a dietary supplement. B12 deficiency can potentially cause severe and irreversible damage, especially to the brain and nervous system. Who knew? At levels only slightly lower than normal, a range of symptoms such as fatigue, lethargy, difficulty walking, depression, poor memory, breathlessness and others may be experienced, especially in the over 60s. Well, I fall into that age category. The length of the small intestine in a living person can vary from 9 feet or 2.75 meters to 34 feet. Yes, 34 feet, 10.5 meters. But the typical length is between 3 meters and 5 meters. Taller people generally do have a longer small intestine. There are many chemical processes that happen here which are beyond the scope of this video and certainly my knowledge, so I'm not going to go through them. The large intestine is where water and any remaining nutrients are absorbed, and the remaining waste material is stored as feces, i.e. your poo, before exiting the body. The colon is the largest part of the long intestine. The large intestine is about 5 feet, 1.5 meters long. Numerous studies in the past 2 decades have demonstrated links between gut health and the immune system, mood, mental health, autoimmune diseases, endocrine disorders, skin conditions, and cancer. So here are a few signs that you have an unhealthy gut. Number 1, upset stomach. Number 2, high consumption of sugar or processed foods, which decreases the amount of good bacteria in the gut, leading to inflammation. Unintentional weight changes, sleep disturbances or constant fatigue, skin irritation, autoimmune conditions, food intolerances, the result of difficulty digesting certain foods as opposed to food allergies, which is caused by an immune system reaction. So what can we as humans change to improve gut health? Well, lower stress levels. Stress is, bad in many ways, but who knew that you could improve your gut health by lowering your stress levels? Getting enough sleep. Sleep is so important. I think about time I did a video on sleep. Eat slowly. Who eats too fast? Comment below. Stay hydrated. Lots of water. Take a prebiotic and probiotic. I'll briefly go through them in a minute, but I'm not going to go into them too much detail. Check for food intolerances. Symptoms such as cramping, bloating, abdominal pain, diarrhea, rashes, nausea, fatigue, and acid reflux may be signs you have a food intolerance. Change your diet. Reduce the amount of processed, high sugar and high fat foods and eat plenty of plant-based foods and lean protein. So this is from the National Health Service in the UK website. It talks about probiotics, and I'm going to read this. Probiotics are live bacteria and yeast promoted as having various health benefits. They're usually added to yogurts or taken as food supplements and are often described as good or friendly bacteria. Probiotics are thought to help restore the natural balance of bacteria in your gut, including your stomach and intestines, when it's been disrupted by an illness or treatment. There is some evidence that probiotics may be helpful in some cases, such as helping prevent diarrhea when taking antibiotics and helping to ease some symptoms of irritable bowel symptoms. But there is little evidence to support many health claims made for them. For example, there is no evidence to suggest that probiotics can help treat eczema. For most people, probiotics appear to be safe, but be wary of the many claims that are out there. So I'm just going to read a very short paragraph from Julia's book about prebiotics. The central idea surrounding the use of prebiotics is supporting our good bacteria by eating certain foods. Prebiotics are much more suitable for daily use than probiotics. To gain the benefits they offer, just one condition must be met. Good bacteria must already be present in the gut. These can then be encouraged by eating prebiotic food, which gives them more power over any bad bacteria that may also be present. And this is from Wikipedia. Says prebiotics are compounds in food that induce the growth or activity of beneficial microorganisms such as bacteria and fungi. Some prebiotic rich foods in the diet are asparagus, bananas, chicory, garlic, artichoke, onions, and whole grains. And surprisingly enough, one of the things you can do to help improve your gut health is what this channel is mainly about, and that is Exercise regularly. Yes, it's another benefit of exercise. Why aren't you doing it if you're not doing it? Everybody knows that it contributes to good heart health and weight loss or weight maintenance, but it's also suggested now that it may improve gut health. You know, what's not to like about exercise? Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. So that's all I'm going to talk about. The subject is far too complex for me. Scientists are still trying to find out about it, but I find it a fascinating subject. So comment below. Comment below. What do you think about your gut? Do you think you've got a good gut generally? On the odd occasion, I think we probably all suffer a little bit, but there you go. Comment below. What do you think? What's your opinion of gut health? Anyway, that's it for today. Today's video. Please like, subscribe. I really do appreciate all the support. It's quite difficult doing these videos. It takes a lot of research. Anyway, I will see you again soon.